Here we are then, once again, with F1 2021 and part 12 of our Immersive Driver Career Mode with Alpine F1. Yeah, it was a little moment there forgetting which team I was with, which is awesome. Don't tell them that happened. I think it's part 11 actually, looking at that. It's very confusing because, of course, we haven't got the earlier two rounds of Portimao and Imola in there to sort of go along with this season, but it doesn't matter too much. And we are currently 12th in the championship, I believe, or is it 11th? Yeah, 12th in the championship, 3 points behind Fernando Alonso. Sebastian Vettel had a great race last time out. He finished 4th, and that meant that Aston Martin have really took a strong move towards 5th in the Constructors' Championship. It is going to be a tough weekend this weekend in ZANDVOORT. I don't think the setup is great. But hopefully we can have a positive result at the very least, and maybe get some more points, and it'll be our 5th consecutive point score and finish actually, if we were able to do that. So things are on the up. I have also moved the AI difficulty up to 95 now from 92. So without further ado, let's get into qualifying. Here we come then, up to the line. What's it going to be? It's a 1:12.2, which is by far the slowest time at the moment. And that's not good. Well, here we come up to the line then. What's it going to be? It's a 1:11.4, which isn't really going to be anywhere near good enough, to be honest. So we're going to have to find some extra form from somewhere. Well, we come up to the line, it's not much better, 1:10.9, which is just quicker than Nicholas Latifi, so really not good so far. Well, this is a much better lap as we come up to the line now, 0.6 quicker, and we come through in 13th, a 1:10.2, but that was pretty much pushing everything out of the car. I think maybe we're going to need some sort of slipstream next lap, but that might not be enough to get through. Who knows? Well, there we go at the end of the session. Where do we finish? Are we through or are we out? We are just about through. We scraped through by 18 thousandths of a second over Antonio Giovinazzi. Kimi Räikkönen also out. Look at Mick Schumacher. What a lap from him, a 1:09.7. I don't think we've got the pace to get through to Q3 this time. We just certainly haven't been able to hit the heights of what Fernando's hitting. We're well off the ultimate pace round here, and, well, we're going to have to hope for a miracle, really. Well, here we come up to the line then in Q2, and it's a 1:10.6, which is not really going to be anywhere good enough. So, I'm going to need to find a lot more. Well, here we come up to the line then. It's not 3 seconds quicker. It's only a couple of tenths quicker, but a 1:10.7 is what it is. Well, very disappointing, really. We are out in Q2 in P15. Just nowhere near the pace that we needed, to be honest with you. A 1:10.2 from Q1 would have been enough for 14th, but yeah, we're just not quite there this weekend, unfortunately. And that's the way it goes, you know, sometimes. So we'll have to see how we get on in the race.
Years, the passionate Dutch fans have been easy to find trackside at races across Europe and throughout the world. Now, at long last, they have a Grand Prix to call their own. It's a warm welcome once again to all of our viewers in the Netherlands and around the globe. as we get underway for the Dutch Grand Prix. ZANDVOORT circuit, 14 corners, 10 to the right and 4 to the left, with plenty of steep camber and elevation changes to keep our drivers on their toes throughout a 2.6 mile lap. Alongside me once again for coverage of today's race, it's none other than the great Anthony Davidson. Let's have a chat about McLaren. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Leclerc, Max Verstappen and Perez, Sainz, Vettel, Stroll and Pierre Gasly. Norris, they've taken a grid penalty. Mick Schumacher, the captain and Giovinazzi. Raikkonen, Mazepin, George Russell and Nicholas Latifi. Fernando Alonso, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. And Yuki Tsunoda. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Well, there you go then, a nice
After the points finished
P13
last race, let's
to
aim
start.
to keep the momentum going.
And, you know, that's not too bad, really, when you think about it. So, yes, happy with that. So let's have a little look at the potential strategies. We could go hard, then soft, or hard, then medium. What would starting on mediums look like? Let's just edit this strategy. And if we turn that to mediums and stint 2 to the soft tyres, I guess we're going to have to extend that stint. Yeah, again, it's this glitch, isn't it? That way you can't seem to change onto the softs. I'm not entirely sure why that is, but yeah, never mind. I mean, the quicker strategy is apparently moving on to the softs later on, but I suppose depending on how the hard tyres hold up, we could change our mind halfway through. I mean, that does give me the option of medium and soft, so I think I might go for that one. I think start on the medium, go on to the softs. So here we go. Well, here we come up to the grid. For some reason, we're going a lot faster than the guys around us. But in theory, because we are on the medium tyres, we should be a lot quicker than a lot of the hard tyre runners off the grid. You know, you can see most of the field are actually on that harder tyre. If we have a look, the top 10s on the softs and mediums, Lando Norris on the mediums, we're on the mediums, but everybody else seems to be on the hards. So, you know, I think that's important to do. We don't have the pace to beat people outright, so we go for a different strategy.
Keep an eye on the
and
lights.
see how
The
it
start
goes.
sequence will begin as soon as the grid has...
For some reason, it always cuts that off, but here we go. Lights out. Away we go here in ZANDVOORT. It's a decent start off the grid. We're going to come over and cover that inside line and take a nice route around the outside for the first corner. There's Mick Schumacher, of course, and he comes off and covers us off, but I think we're okay. We didn't touch the front wing with Giovinazzi, so again, it's just about settling into the race, making sure we've got our rhythm. Well, we've got an early chance on Giovinazzi here, as long as we stay pretty close to him. I think we'll get him on the straight. So here we go, using the overtake button. Look at this, much better exit. But Giovinazzi pushes us right up against the wall. He now goes to the inside line.
You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
And we easily go around the outside, so we're past Antonio Giovinazzi, back into 13th place, sorry, which is where we, of course, started the race. And now Mick Schumacher should be another one that we're quicker than. at this part of the race on these medium tyres, so making use of it so far. Again, we've got an excellent run on Mick Schumacher here, DRS open, and we slide to the outside.
Good job, nice overtake.
And we're through. Well, you join me coming on to lap 13 of this Grand Prix. Some people are starting to come into the pits, the soft tyre runners, which gives us some good information of how long the soft tyre can last. There is Carlos Sainz just ahead of us, and he's gone on to the hard tyre. So, you know, he's lasted 12 laps on used softs with a heavy fuel load, so I don't see any reason why we can't make this last. These tyres still feel good. We're not closing into Pierre Gasly, but we are pulling away from Mick Schumacher, and you know, I think Mick Schumacher is more on our pace level this weekend than Pierre Gasly.
A new strategy is available on the MFD. Confirmed.
Well, the safety car is out, so we are going to switch to the hard tyre, and that will reduce the amount of time that we're in the pit lane for, reduce the amount of time that we lose.
Release.
We're away, so this could actually really help us.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
Slight exit from the white line there, but we are okay. So safety cars in this lap, and there are a few cars ahead of us that haven't stopped yet, which, you know, means that there is an outside chance of some points here. Schumacher and Gasly have also gone for the soft tyres. That is not going to last till the end of this race, so they are going to have to stop again, which is crazy. So preparing to resume racing. I'm going to start flooring it, and there you go. That worked out beautifully.
Let's get back up to racing speed.
That worked out very nicely indeed, and we've actually managed to get ahead of Gasly, so up to 12th now in this Grand Prix. Giovinazzi is just ahead as well, so that is another possible position. Gasly right on our inside, though. Those soft tyres are definitely going to feature in these next few laps. So having a little look around the outside, but yeah, I'm quite happy to just slow him down a little bit, because he is who we're battling today for minor points, really. Because Giovinazzi hasn't stopped yet. I think Lando Norris hasn't either, which is a strange one. He's up in second. I'm surprised he didn't take in the opportunity, just like us, to come in and get the hard tyres on, but well, he hasn't done that, so we survived the opening lap after the safety car unscathed. And somebody else has come into the pits. I think that might even be Norris, to be honest with you. I think it is, so that was a big misjudgment. Well, this is a good opportunity to not only overtake Stroll, but also Antonio Giovinazzi.
Increasing the gap on the car behind by 0.5 per
managed
lap.
to squeeze down the inside of Lance Stroll there. Good move. Here we go then. Look at this. This is a great chance to get past, and well, he goes into the pits.
You're in the
So
top 10 now. Keep it up.
we're through,
Fernando's in the pits.
and we're over a second ahead of Lance Stroll. I don't know if we'll be able to hold that, but we are up to 9th place in the standings, which is awesome.
Okay, some information on Bottas. They are out of the race.
So Valtteri Bottas is out now.
Yellow flag.
And we're hoping that this is not going to be another safety car, because
Green flag.
we're in a very good position at the moment and a decent amount ahead of anyone that can stop us from scoring points. You know, I am sort of the opinion that Lance Stroll will at some point pass us, but at the moment we're keeping him behind, and it's not easy to overtake around here. You've got to be super close out of this final corner, and we, I think, are the fastest of anyone through this final corner. For some reason the AI are very, very slow through that bank, and you can see we do gain a couple of tenths on him as we come round there,
Gap
and
to teammate behind is 16.3
he's
seconds.
just not quite close enough. So we're doing the dog's nuts at the moment.
Okay, clear.
Well, I don't know what's happened to Lance Stroll. I want to see this. What did happen to him? Let's have a little look. He was coming round. Well, he didn't make contact. He just went wide. He went wide into the gravel, as you can see. And if we sort of keep an eye on him as he comes through that section. Yeah, just went wide. And that has certainly took the pressure off us. Although I will use a flashback to sort that out. Well, Lando Norris right behind us. He is probably close enough to make a move this time. He's fighting his way back through the field. And he is not really the person we're racing today. So we're going to let Norris go and chase down Sainz over these last 7 laps. But we seem to have the beating of Stroll as long as our tyres hold up. Well, Sergio Perez out of the session here. So that means we're going to gain another place now. There's obviously not going to be any sort of safety car at this stage of the race.
Caution, caution.
And there he is off to the side there. So a few
Green
DNFs
flag.
today. And Bottas was the first. Perez has gone Russell as well. And, well, as I say, I think we have got the beating of Lance Stroll. We're positioning our car really, really well. We might have a little look here, but
Okay,
he's
gap
not going to
ahead
have
is
enough. So
10.0 seconds.
Lando Norris much quicker than us on the day. And I think, you know, most of the grid is, but somehow we're going to come away with some points just
We
because
have 2 laps of
of
fuel
that
remaining.
safety car and the fact that we've been able to defend really well on this track. So,
This is your final lap of the race.
you know, we took our opportunities early after the safety car. And Lance Stroll now is in last chance saloon. Trying to give ourselves the best possible exit from that corner so that we can shoot it up the hill. He is going to have a little look possibly down the inside, down the outside here. This is going to be close. And he holds it. Wow, what a move from Lance Stroll. Fair play to him. Possibly we could get him on the run up to the line. We will have DRS, I think. But Lance Stroll has the quicker car, and he has spent most of this second stint glued to the back of our gearbox, and on the last lap he pulled off an outstanding move. A little bit of wheel spin there for him though. And as we come out the final corner, we're going to get a better exit. We've got our ERS, but it's not going to be. Stroll finishes 8th, we finish 9th. But you've got to say that that
Okay,
is
pick
an
up rubber
excellent
and bring it
result
home.
considering our pace this weekend. To get 2 points out of nothing is very, very good. Fernando Alonso gets driver of the day. He's nowhere near the points, though, I don't think.
The Mercedes team pulled out a fantastic performance today. They should be proud. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
It was a question of right place, right time today. We were looking at an entirely different race before the safety car came out, but they were able to take full advantage after the field had been bunched up.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
So Lewis Hamilton wins, Leclerc up on the podium, Verstappen there in second at his home Grand Prix, but Lewis Hamilton back on top of the World Championship after losing out to Valterri Bottas recently. He'll be very, very happy with that. So here we come then, looking at the final results.
And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. Lewis Hamilton takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Fernando Alonso. Wherever he is, whatever team he's in, when is he not just brilliant? He'll give you a performance every time, just like he's done today.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Well, that was certainly an incredible weekend of racing. Be sure to join myself and Ant for more exciting Formula One action soon.
Well, there you go then. All the two-stoppers seem to really, really struggle towards the end of the Grand Prix. And that's the way it goes for them, I suppose. But we've managed to survive. We've managed to get 2 points out of today. Aston Martin, a very good day for them in their battle for 5th. 10 points for Vettel, 4 points for Stroll. Obviously, that overtake at the end. Could that make all the difference? Who knows? Fernando Alonso very close to Giovinazzi as well. I would have expected him to have the pace to overtake him, but that wasn't to be. Lewis Hamilton wins the Grand Prix, of course. Leclerc up there in 3rd, but Vettel in a huge vein of form at the moment, and he is securing 9th position, battling Sainz and Leclerc really for 7th at the moment. If he can keep that up, he's doing really, really well. We go within 1 point of Fernando Alonso and the top 10 of the drivers' standings. That's got to be our target for the rest of this year. But if you have enjoyed that, I certainly did, then leave it a like down below. Subscribe for more F1 content, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.